Welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Radio Show with Chris, Joe, and Rob. The crew is taking your calls, so dial in at 1-800-808-5548.
And we're back.
Yeah, we always have fun on the break.
We always have fun on the break.
Go get coffee, and we were chatting, and he goes back, and he forgot to pour any more coffee in his cup.
I had sugar in the cup. Rob and I were just chatting away. A good friend of ours, give a little minor shout out. My wife's best friend, or Tracy, her son, was on America's Got Talent this past year.
Right.
And we went out and saw him last night to support him, along with a couple other young artists. And at 14, man, the kid was just phenomenal. I mean, really, really great. So Jonah Miles. YouTube channel.
I guess we won't invoice them.
Pull him up.
Yeah,
right.
They're still amateurs.
Yeah,
they're professional. We'll send that invoice.
I'm just trying to slip in some plugs now, so he'll buy me a car or something when he hits it big. I'm hoping he's like Elvis.
It's the Rat Pack that really propelled you on those.
That's right. That's why. I'm hoping he's like Elvis and just buys everybody he knows cars.
Joe and Chris, I actually taught an MC class, the Legal and Ethics Update this week. And
that is correct.
Our wonderful sponsor, Capital Title, and Philip Scalise had arranged that. And so our next guest, I actually kind of cornered her, and Philip cornered her, and she really wasn't in a position to say no. But we're glad that
an uncomfortable class then, huh?
Tiersa Smith,
absolutely. Yes.
Tiersa Smith with Texas Superior Realty. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Now you've got a whole perspective on that Huffman, Tascasita, Humble, Kingwood area, but you do a fair amount of big sales, like big land sales. Is that right?
We do a little bit of everything. Absolutely.
And so, when people are coming looking for a ranch, are these people, or acreage, are they coming for recreation, or are they looking for working ranches, or are they all of the above, none of the above?
Pretty much all of the above. It just depends on the buyer. We see a little bit of everything.
One of the things is, in Tiersa, you're obviously right up there in the Huffman area. You've got a great team. Big shout out to your whole team, by the way.
Yes, they're wonderful.
A wonderful team, by the way. I had a great time at your Christmas party. It was absolutely incredible. And let me big shout out.
Never getting that invite.
Yes, exactly. Well, we keep certain things private, right?
Yeah, well, I understand.
Yeah. We keep all the the vagrants out. So.
Wow!
I did not say that.
That is the sound of the bus.
But it was a great party, and a big shout out also to your caterer, by the way.
Absolutely.
Incredible food over there. But one of the things you're obviously right there in Huffman, and one of the things we were speaking between the break is, most people don't realize, and Megan was alluding to this as far as it being that small city or the city feel with a lot of big amenities, but also you have a lot of other things that you can do out there, especially in the Huffman area. You have a big lake. Guess what?
We do have a big lake.
Mm-hmm. And that lake allows people who might want to who are outdoorsmen or outdoors women and want to be able to ski or to fish or to drive up. I mean, you really have a lot to do out there aside from just living. I mean, it's really a great recreational area.
I do highly recommend living, though. By the way,
it's
one of my favorite recreational sports.
Have that recreational portion.
No, it is. It's a great lake, and of course, the river feeds into it. So,
right,
a lot of boating, a lot of fishing, a lot of skiing. There are certain areas you can access restaurants from the water, which is pretty neat.
That's my type of.
And Tiersa is quite the sportswoman, by the way. I was on Facebook, and it looked like she had like an 8-point buck that she was standing over that you probably had just killed and.
I do a little bit outdoors.
Yeah, a little bit outdoors. And saw you there was some, I think, some bass that you're pulling in.
A little bit.
Yeah, so I'm ready for some of that backstrap from that deer, by the way.
Well, that's...
I thought that was a buyer with a bad offer.
That should be a warning to those buyers that want to make a bad offer. She's a good
don't make a
bad
offer.
I told you. No secondary offers.
Highest and best.
Yes. How did you start Texas Superior? Where were you before?
I actually started at RE/MAX in 2006. I was there for a little while. Left there, went to work for another independent company as a branch manager, and then opened this company in March of 2013.
And how many agents do you have now?
We have 16 agents right now. We have the Huffman location, and then we also have an office in Eagle Lake, which is
wow
towards Columbus.
Well, I know exactly
my old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
So,
So-
yeah, they have posters still up with your picture.
Yeah, I know. That's why I left.
Well,
They're still searching for you.
maybe if Tiersa's with you, they'll let you through.
Yes, maybe.
But there's a lot of things that you can do up in that area that you can't. Of course, if you're in Houston, it takes a long time to get out to those
Sure.
country type areas and things like that. So that does give a little like advantage to areas like Huffman and Kingwood and stuff that you can get out of town very quickly without ever
Having to drive hours.
transversing a city at all.
Absolutely.
So I mean,
Yeah, I
you
would
hit out
agree.
there a lot too, as well, don't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm up there quite a bit, and obviously I know all these ladies, very well because I'm up there all the time. But one of the things I've always, liked a lot about it there is, especially when I go visit your office, for example, I go over that long bridge, by the way. But you have it's a lot of diversity up there. I mean, whether it be through education, whether it be for recreational activities, whether it be for shopping or just going out and having a good time, you really do have everything up there, and you still have a lot of development still coming on. I mean, 59 going from the north side has a lot of new stuff that's coming on board. They've got a brand new multi-use center that's coming on board right up there in the North Park area.
Kingwood Park.
That Kingwood Park, that is correct. You have some more, from my understanding, entertainment going on a little bit further north up from there as well, past Porter.
Yep.
And so, you really do. I mean, we're really seeing that next pocket of growth being in that northeast quadrant that we have here in Houston, which is that whole area.
Yep.
Well, I mean, let's face it. There's only three directions it can really go into: northeast, northwest, southwest. And
That is
of course,
correct.
If you go to east, you land in the water, of course, and it's already developed. So,
Oh, yeah.
the obvious place to go is to the northeast and northwest.
Right.
I think that area is kind of really the best kept secret of Houston.
It's secrets out today.
Secrets
know.
out after today, by the way.
But no, it is a great place to live. I graduated high school out there, lived out there most of my life. A few years, like 3 years ago when I graduated. But
2007.
something like that,
it was a good year.
yeah. But no, it is 59 is a great freeway to travel on. We've got Huffman, which is kind of more of a rural area, like Megan was saying. The larger lots. One high school, one middle school, so still kind of small. But and then you have Kingwood, which has all the amenities of Tascasita. So it's all right there, but still kind of separated a little bit, which is
One of the things
nice.
that always I think that's important for a community is medical. What type of medical is out in that area?
Well, we have Kingwood Hospital, and we have the Northeast Medical Center, which I think now is Memorial Hermann. I think
That is
they
correct.
bought. So we've got a few options out there for medical, which is nice. Yeah.
And and those individuals like to go all the way up to Lake Livingston. I mean, it is the main corridor going up to Lake Livingston as well. So a lot of individuals. What's amazing is a lot of individuals who live out there in the area also like to go out to Lake Livingston a lot. I mean, and it's not that it's a really fast commute out there to Cold Springs, Lake Livingston, all that area. Still, I mean, it's that corridor.
It used to be almost a day trip to go up there. Now it's kind of like in our backyard.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
Like, of course, all these new roads going in certainly help access to those areas. I don't know if they're going to be that happy about that though, because when growth comes people,
Right.
And of course that'll a lot of people are
Yeah.
concerned about. Yeah, I have a command of the obvious.
It's great for business, but being a little selfish, we do kind of think about losing that small town feel, but it's coming. There's no doubt about it.
Well, and get back to Generation Park. We hear a lot about what's going on with ExxonMobil and how it's impacting a lot of stuff going over in Kingwood, which is true. But really, most people don't realize is that Generation Park and what's going to be happening over there. FMC Technologies is taking a large chunk of opportunity over there. You have some of these major, services companies in the oil and gas industry, and they're going to be putting in their new corporate headquarters in this Generation Park area. We're just now starting to see you sort of have that perfect storm. You've got the Generation Park coming up from the south, and then you've got ExxonMobil from the northwest. And then you have all your amenities up in up in the north, further north, right there. So you're right. I mean, it's inevitable for that growth to happen. We're starting to see it. I mean, if you take Summerwood all the way up, if you take Kingwood where it's developed, if you go all the way out to Oakhurst on 59, continue to move up all the way off of 13, 14, where you have some other amenities and some other subdivisions up there, you're really starting to see that change. You're starting to see a lot of people come in. And the other thing I've seen, and you can talk about this a little bit, is also, a lot of the younger generation is looking at moving out there. I mean, it's not just individuals with family. I mean, we're seeing younger generations moving up there and saying, you know what, it's a great place for me to commute from downtown, but also has everything I need as a younger generation to be out here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lots of amenities for the younger people.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask was about demographics. If you're just seeing, young people, middle age, retirement ages, or are you seeing all?
I think, from where I'm sitting, I pretty much see the whole spectrum. I see.
Well, yeah, you've got Rob, Joe, and me here, so.
Single people buying homes, young married couples wanting to move out that way because it's a great place to raise a family, good schools, and then all the way to the other end of the spectrum to a couple that I helped. They were in their 90s, and they were.
Oh, wow.
They were the cutest thing ever, but.
They were asking about the club scene.
They wanted to know where all the clubs
a bit of a hard sell
were,
for them, so.
And of course I probably know more about that than I do, but that's okay.
We're really interested in the jazz. We're not so much into jazz. We want heavy metal.
Yeah. Rap. Mostly rap. Yeah.
Mostly rap. Yeah, they want to know where the rap clubs were.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then we do get a lot of, you talked a lot about Exxon, but we do get a lot of clients from LaPorte, Deer Park, all the plants. We could pull a lot in that way because it's still a close commute for them. So
right.
It's just kind of this little pocket that's a really great place to live, and you kind of want everybody to know about it, but not really. So.
Right.
It's
like from a real estate perspective, move here.
From business, great.
Bring us your money and then go home.
Yes, that's right.
So, well, of course, in some of those areas, they do second homes. Sometimes people do buy a small ranchette or farm, and they visit on the weekends and things like that.
I've sold homes to clients in the Commons where Megan grew up, and for a weekend home, which I thought was kind of funny because they live in the Heights. And when I think vacation home, I'm thinking I'm going more than 30
Let's go
minutes
visit
away.
our vacation home
It's,
in
it's not
Huffman, 30 minutes away.
Yeah, so but
That's bizarre.
Everybody's got their own.
Just keep buying vacation homes 30 minutes further away. Eventually, we'll get to the beach.
You can go
Yes, we
from
will.
those inside Heights, which is about as cityfied as you can get,
Right.
to an area like Huffman, which is you have a lot of country around there. They're
thinking about buying a chicken.
And people do think that that's country out there.
It is
which
country.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to invest in some chickens and put them out
They need
there.
to have some space.
Yeah,
Yes.
and goats.
Goats, yeah, we have to have goats.
Yes.
Yes.
So.
Well,
They're in the Heights and they saw that whole goat video, and just ever since then they've had this idyllic idea. Let's buy a vacation home in Huffman and get a goat.
problem is
That's
you
a
can't
big
get that.
rush out
You can't get that yell in the Heights. You have to go out somewhere.
That's right.
else.
There's ordinances.
You got to go a little further out to get
got a
that.
little further out, right?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of going further out, by the way, 15 minutes has gone by again.
That's
Yes.
because we keep playing around.
Exactly.
How do people
'cause
get a
we're
hold of
goofing
you?
off. Yes, exactly.
Our website is TexasSuperiorRealty.com.
TexasSuperiorRealty.com.
Pretty self-explanatory. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Do you have a
And
phone?
you can find them
we have
also
a phone
on.
number at 281-324-2008. We do have phones out there.
Good.
Yes.
Just got it installed. It's one of those dial rotary thing, where you have to
you still have to, use the finger. So
Any which way you
get
want
Maydell
to.
on the party line.
Well, you know, time flies. We're having fun. We're going to have to go against a break right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Anytime I move my finger, lucky me, can't you see? I'm in love.
Have you been in credit prison so long that you forgot what freedom feels like? Break free with Improve My Credit USA. No longer do you need to feel embarrassed, trapped, and like you have no options. Improve My Credit USA, the consumer voted #1 company in America, can help you navigate the challenging path to credit freedom, lower your interest rates, or finally qualify for that new home. Break free today and call Improve My Credit USA, 281-914-4116.
Does it matter who does your real estate inspections? You bet it does. You want someone knowledgeable and experienced, someone you can rely on and trust. You want A.B. Bowles Home Inspections. Owned by Ashley Bowles, A.B. Bowles Home Inspections makes client satisfaction a priority. You'll get detailed, easy-to-read reports. Plus, they'll take the time to explain the report to you before and after the inspection. If you're investing in real estate for your family or as a business, call A.B. Bowles Home Inspections at 832-306-3723. That's 832-306-3723.